Hello, I'm Mr. Polk and welcome to my kitchen. Today I want to show you how to make fried eggs. We did the soft-boiled eggs. So for the fried eggs, we're going to start with our pan. We're going to start like a medium-ish heat or so. Put that over here. And you're going to notice that the pan I'm using is a non-stick pan. This is a nice large 12-inch, but you can use a smaller one. I'll get this one going over here. And kind of a medium heat as well. About like that. And then we're going to put clarified butter in. And you should remember using clarified butter from Chef's One. Let me clarify. And that is, I'm going to put another chunk in there. Can't have too much there. The clarified butter is, or if you remember, we melted the butter. We left all the impurities come to the top. We scraped it off with the foam. And then decanted it into a container and have just the pure butter fat. The advantage of doing that is that you have just the butter fat and you don't have all the impurities. The impurities are what smoke and burn and brown, and that's not what we want. We don't want to have everything smoking. So let's start with a sunny side up. Now I already cracked the eggs to make it a little faster. We're going to take the sunny side up egg and just put it right in the pan. And sunny side up meaning that it's only going to cook on the one side. And that looks really nice right there in the middle of the pan. And then it's going to start to sizzle up. And then I like to put a lid on it just to kind of help cook it because it only cooks from the one side. Now over here we've got our butter melting. Alright, we got a little sizzle sazzle. And this is going to be for our overs. Alright, we'll do an over easy, over medium, and over hard. And what you do is just put the egg right into the pan. Alright, so there's our first one. And then we'll do our second one. Again, you could crack them right in. You don't have to do the custard dishes like I'm doing. And then we'll do the third one. And if they, because this pan's not really leveled, if they run into each other, you can sort of separate them a little bit. But a lot of times, people make a whole bunch of them together on the griddle and just separate them. So that's looking really good. Now those are over, so they'll cook on one side and then we'll flip them. Now let's take a look over at this guy. Starting to get some sizzling going on. And we're not going to flip it. I just want you to see what's happening as the outer edges of the white is starting to coagulate. We want to cook this until the entire white is coagulated. Okay, we want to still have it nice and runny, the sunny side up, but we don't want to have that raw egg white in the middle. Okay, so we'll put the lid back on. And you don't have to do a lid, but a lot of people do. Like when you go to the diner and they have the lids that they put on the grill, it just allows the heat. Sometimes if I'm working, I can just, if I don't have a lid, I'll just take a plate and put the plate on top, and it just cooks it. Now, let's look at our overs. What you want to do there is you want to cook them till they're almost cooked through, and then you're going to flip them. For the over easy, you're just simply going to flip it, and you're going to just let it cook up very quickly, still running. The over medium, we'll let it cook a little longer, because that wants it to be, you know, kind of runny, kind of not. And then for the over hard, we'll let that one cook the longest. Okay. So, let me get a plate so that we can put all of these on. All right, let's check this guy out. This is looking really nice. Okay. Oh, get that. That was a good save there. Okay, that happens. These small pans. This is looking really good. We're going to just kind of cover it up again. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to try and do the flip. And I'll tell you, this is where they either flip really nice for you or they break. You know, it happens. And I did one good, that's good. As long as I did one, I feel alright. Now we're going to try another one. There we go. 2 for 2, didn't bust it. So that means this one's probably going to bust or not flip. See, I called it. Oh, there we go. Good, good, good. And that's how it goes. Now the over easy, okay, the over easy is just very quick. So we're just going to take that, flip it, and this one's ready to go. Alright, the over medium we're going to cook a little bit longer. Then the over hard we're going to cook for the longest. And let's take a look at this guy. We didn't drop him this time. You can see that the white is nice and coagulated. You can see that you have the yolk. Everything looks great. So we're going to pull that one there. And then let's check out our over medium. Okay, that's looking pretty good. And of course that one did break open on me when I wasn't watching, but that's okay. It'll be good. And then the over hard, I'm just going to let that one go for a little bit to make sure that it's fully coagulated. I'm actually going to flip it over and let it cook on that side again and then flip it back. In the meantime, let's take a look at our scrambled eggs. And for scrambled eggs, we're going to start with medium heat. And we're going to put in our butter. Just let that go around. And then let's take a look at this guy. This one, you definitely, people that like this, like them totally coagulated, meaning that they're hard. They don't want to see any runniness. And you can sort of tell by squishing it. I'm going to let it go just a little bit longer to get it nice and over hard. And then now as our butter melts, we're going to be ready to do our scrambled eggs. Now for our scrambled eggs, I have shell eggs, cracked them in, and I added a liquid. I added about 2 teaspoons of a liquid per every egg. All right, and what I ended up adding was heavy cream. And I'm just going to pour them in here. And I also put in, just a touch more, I also put in some salt and pepper, so some seasoning. And let's take a look at this guy. Okay, I think we're pretty good. So that's our over hard. We'll put that there. Turn this off. All right, now when we cook the scrambled eggs, what you want to do is keep them moving. Okay, you don't want to just let them sit, because what happens is if you let them sit, the egg on the bottom cooks, and then the heat has to go through the cooked egg. Okay, and nobody wants that. All right, nobody wants it to go through the cooked egg. I'm going to turn my heat down a little bit. Okay. Now, this is where it turns into how do you like your eggs as far as scrambled. The European way likes them having just a little bit of a wetness to them. I think the American way is we cook them till they're done and then cook them a lot longer. So honestly, what you want is you just want to cook your egg pretty much like this, where it's not runny, okay, but the eggs still have a little bit of a gloss to them. Okay, so I'm going to pull these out here for you, and you can see that these scrambled eggs look great. And you can see a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt. They have just a little bit. These are ready to serve right now. They have, set them up here, they have just a little bit of that wetness to them. I mean, they're not runny or nasty. Some people might want them a little runnier. Some people might always want them a little drier. But that's how they are with that glossiness. I can add just a little bit more pepper and a little bit more salt. And then we can even throw a little cheese on there. Now let's take a look at our eggs before we finish. And you can see that this was the sunny side up, cooked on one side. And you can see that the yolk is running out of there. On this one was the over easy. We got our runny yolk coming out. This was our over medium, so it's kind of like pasty. So it has some runniness, but it also has some pastiness to it. That velvety, that creaminess, people almost say. And then the over hard is when you cut it and look inside, it's fully cooked. Okay, and that's what people that like the over hard for is they don't want it scrambled, they want it to be fried like that with the flavor of the edges, but they don't want it to be runny at all. This would be good on a sandwich, like if you like on a burger that you don't want it to ooze out. But if you do want it to ooze out, you'd probably cook it more like over medium, so you get a little bit of ooze, a little bit of the solid. And then if you want the most run, that's where you have your sunny side up. So there you go. There you can see how to make all of your different fried eggs, and you can see how they look, just like I did with the over easy. You can see how they went from runny to the over easy to the over medium, over hard, and then how we have beautiful fluffy scrambled eggs. Okay, so thanks for cooking with me today, and I can't wait to cook with you real soon right here in Mr. Polk's kitchen.